According to the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Singapore's economic growth is likely to top 6% this year.
This exceeding the upper end of the 4 to 6% growth forecast and barring a significant setback in activity from a weaker recovery of the global economy or a surge in locally transmitted COVID-19 cases.
MAS also said that this robust estimate comes despite the continued unevenness in recovery across sectors, as well as higher uncertainty.
Meanwhile, the latest manpower estimates today revealed that the labour market in the first quarter of this year has continued its recovery.
After 4 straight quarters of decline, total employment grew for the first time. Unemployment continued to ease to 2.9% in March, but that is still above pre-pandemic levels.
On a brighter note, retrenchments continued to decline for the second straight quarter to pre-pandemic levels. The Manpower Ministry cautioned, though, that there may still be pockets of job displacements due to ongoing restructuring and reorganization of businesses. We're joined now by Assistant Secretary General at NTUC, Patrick Tay. Welcome back to the show, Patrick. So, can we get your quick reaction, first of all, to the latest employment numbers?
Yeah, I'm actually quite heartened and encouraged to see today's Q1 advanced labour market figures, because we are seeing positive signs of a steady improvement of the labour market conditions compared to, in fact, all 4 quarters last year. And notably, the total employment growth is very encouraging. For the first time, is growing, and unemployment rates continue its downward trend, which augurs well for all. And importantly, we see retrenchment numbers falling to about 2,100 in the first quarter, compared to actually 5,640 just a quarter ago. However, I'm quietly optimistic as we are still in the midst of the pandemic and really trying to get get back on our feet across the various sectors.
Yep.
Patrick, like you rightly mentioned, total employment grew for the first time since the start of the pandemic, and unemployment continues to ease. Is it a signal then for NTUC to reassess support measures?
Yeah, I think it's important to pay close attention to how the pandemic pans out for the rest of this year. I think how our vaccination rates progress, how the tapering off of the job support scheme come end June will impact companies, and how air travel resumes before we can then review the support measures. Although MAS did give a very positive economic growth forecast this morning for 2021, I think the caveat is that the unemployment rates are still relatively higher than prior to the pandemic, and likewise the deeper and of course the deeply affected sectors like aviation, aerospace, travel and tourism, and even hospitality continue to face exacting pressures with a very gradual resumption of air travel. So I'm cautiously optimistic in light of the very uneven recovery, with jobs growth specifically in the modern services sector, and the outlook for the rest of the year remaining still quite uncertain. So my call is that employers and workers alike will still need to continue to double down our efforts in reskilling, upskilling, so as to prepare them to pivot in the next normal.
Well, thank you so much for setting aside time to speak with us, Patrick. That was Patrick Tay, Assistant Secretary General of NTUC.